Today I've brought report writing for class 12th. Here I have taken 3 different examples of report writing so that you can prepare well for this question. So the question will be of 5 marks. So first I'll be taking up career counseling. After that, an example of tree plantation and a bomb blast. Now this bomb blast, it is a newspaper report. So you can get such report writing also. So now let's move on to the first example, that is regarding career counseling. So important points you need to remember before I take up the example. So the event, it has already taken place. So the event that you are going to write about, that event has already taken place. It means that you will be writing it in past tense. So remember this. The events, they have already been taken place. Whatever you will get the question, so it will be a past event. Then a report presents first-hand information of the incident or event. So it is a first-hand information. First-hand information means that either you are present there or when you have gone there, like in case it is an accident or a report for newspaper, then you will take into account what eyewitnesses saw there, said there. So a first-hand information is to be there. Then mandatory questions that are to be answered in your report. First is what it is about. Then why was it held? Like suppose it was a program, so what is the purpose, what is the aim of that program? Then when did it happen, where did it happen, how did it happen? Now how did it happen means in case it is an accident, so what was the cause of the accident, how it happened. And in case it is an event, like I'll be taking the counseling session, the first example. So how things went on in that program. So that is how it happened. Then who all they were involved, like who all were involved, maybe in the preparation or the audience that was present there. So these questions need to be answered in your report. Then after that, the format. The format, first of all, you will be giving the title. So then name of the reporter. So name of the reporter will be given in a line below that, below the title, it is called the byline. Then the content. Now content should have all these things. So one by one I'll be discussing all these things. First thing is you will be beginning by giving the date, the time, the venue, the purpose of the event. So as I told you, that the questions that you need to answer in the beginning, the date, time, venue, the purpose of the event, and you will be changing obviously all these answers according to the question. Then past tense, I've already told you, you have to use past tense, preferably passive sentences. Then develop your ideas in a logical way. Now developing ideas in a logical way means that there should be a sequence. So as things they happen, they should go in a sequence. Then report what eyewitnesses had to say. That is in case of a newspaper report, an accident or some other thing. Right? How was the event received by the audience? Now received by the audience means कि function हुआ school का program है. So in the end, like you can write that the students, they enjoyed it. So how they received it. Now, so such kind of things you can write in the end when you are concluding the report. Then always keep in mind the word limit. So word limit for 5 marks question, it is 120 to 150 words. Then make separate paragraphs. There's no need to write it in one go. You can divide your report into different paragraphs. Write in third person pronoun. You are to avoid using I, me and you. I, me and you. This is very important because you are not to give your opinions. Avoid adding personal opinions. So I, me, you. You are not to use such words there. Report, it is based on facts. So always remember, it is based on facts. There's no need to decorate the report. Decorate means excessive use of figurative language is not required. It's a formal piece, formal or semi-formal piece. If you are writing for school magazines, it can be semi-formal. But if you are writing for a newspaper, it is totally formal. So in case of a newspaper report, you are also to add place and date in the beginning. So this is how you have to write it. I'll be discussing it when I'll be showing you an example. Then final paragraph, you can give any suggestions or recommendations for a future improvement. So these can be added in the end. So these are the important points that you need to remember before you begin to write a report. Now, this is type 1, the first example. your school organized a career counseling session. So I'll be taking this example, a career counseling session. It has been organized for the students of classes 9 to 12. So you have to write a report for the school magazine in not more than 120 to 150 words. So the word limit it is given and name is given. You are Shaila Agarwal, +2 commerce. So you have to write this report. Now, before I dig into the answer, here is the marking scheme that you need to know. So total 5 marks, as I've already told you, 5 marks will be the question and word limit is 120 to 150 words. So format will carry 1 mark. Your organization of the ideas, whether it's logical, the sequence is followed, there is sense in the sequence that you are writing. So that is 1 mark. Then content, it is 2 marks. The whole points that you include, 2 marks, and accuracy of spelling and grammar, again 1 mark. So this is the division. And now we move on to the answer. So career counseling session held, this is the title. So we will go according to the format. So first here you have the title. Now below the title, as I told you in the byline, you will write the name. Who is writing the report? So Shaila Agarwal, the name is given. +2 commerce. Now why we are writing +2 commerce? You are writing for school magazine, and in the school magazine, as you know, classes are given. The students who write for the school magazine, their classes are also given. So like this you will be writing. So let's begin. A career counseling session was organized by the school on August 27, 2022 at 9 a.m. in the seminar hall of the school for the students of classes 9 to 12 to acquaint them with various avenues, courses and opportunities that they can pursue after their schooling. The session was attended by nearly 800 students. Dr. Dilip Sadana, Chairman of Global Careers, Mumbai, was the chief guest and speaker for the day. Now let's scan the first paragraph. Whether the first paragraph is answering all those important questions that I told you in the beginning. So a career counseling session. So career counseling session, it is answering the question what. So what report you are writing. So it's career counseling session. It was organized by the school. And here we have the date. Here we have the time. So let's write here. So we have given the date here. We are writing the time. So when, on which date, and the time in the seminar hall. So we are giving where also. So here it is, where, the venue. Seminar hall of the school for the students of classes 9 to 12. So for whom? So it was for the students to acquaint them with various avenues. So to acquaint them with various avenues. So this is the purpose. What is the aim? So the purpose. Avenues, courses and opportunities that they can pursue after the schooling. So session was attended by nearly 800 students. So who all attended students and how many? So who and how many students they attended it? So we have also answered this question here. Then Dr. Dilip Sadana, Chairman of Global Careers. So he was the chief guest and the speaker. So we are writing who was the special guest. You have to give these names or the resource person or the speaker as I have written here. So the first paragraph is answering all these questions, and this is very important. Right in the beginning, you have to clarify all these points. Now the second paragraph is how the program it commenced and how it went on. So the event commenced with a floral welcome by the principal of the school, Dr. Priya Agarwal. While addressing the students, the resource person, Dr. Dilip Sadana, introduced the students to various career options. So it is a career counseling program. So you need to write about that only. So various career options in India as well as abroad for all the 3 streams. Since 9th to +2, the students are sitting there. So all the 3 streams, it is not stream specific. He also informed the students about the criteria of admission. So what is important in career counseling? So that point you have to write here. You have to be brief because 120 to 150 is the word limit. So there is no need to write any details. So he talked about the criteria of admission. Then he talked about the entrance exams. He talked about the fee structures, scholarship tests, and also about the best universities. So simply write there Like this, there's no need to give details of each and every point. So best universities in the country and abroad, it was a very informative session. So in the end, now I'm concluding by how it was received. So it was a very informative session and many students, they seemed interested. So here, how it was received. Students, they seemed interested in going into the finance sector. So when we are writing this, that students जो है उन्होंने फाइनेंस सेक्टर जो है उसमें इंटरेस्ट शो किया, तो ये यही बताता है कि इट वाज अ वेरी गुड सेमिनार एंड स्टूडेंट्स दे वर लिसनिंग टू whatever the person was saying very attentively. So while thanking him for the wonderful session, the principal of the school presented a memento to him as a token of gratitude from the school. So in the end, presenting and thanking the chief guest or the speaker for such a wonderful session. So your report ends here like this. So you have to take care of the word limit. So give what is necessary. There's no need to write unnecessary details and answer all the questions that I told you in the beginning. So it's very simple, not at all difficult. You just need to follow a few steps. Now we move on to the next part. Now the second example, before the second example, here are a few videos that you can watch for better preparation. So mind map of Aunt Jennifer's tiger. So here it's for quick revision, then keeping quiet, lost spring, and the other chapters also. Notice writing, in the writing section I've given 5 different types of notices for complete preparation, and all the links, they are there in the description box. Now let's move on to the second example. So type 2, it is on the occasion of the World Environment Day. Your school organized a tree plantation drive. So tree plantation drive. So you've been asked to write a report on it for the school magazine in 120 to 150 words. Again, the name and class is given. So now tree plantation drive. Let's begin with it. So the title, tree plantation drive. In the byline, name and class. So this is now clear. So a tree plantation drive was organized in the school on the occasion of the World Environment Day on June 5. So you can write the year complete here or just like this. Mr. Nikhil Chauhan, the legendary conservationist, was invited as the chief guest. He inaugurated the plantation drive by planting a sapling in the school ground. He donated 50 saplings to the school. The principal, teachers, and the council members of the school enthusiastically participated in this drive and planted saplings in and around the school. Now let's see what we have given in the first paragraph. So tree plantation drive. So what is the report that we are writing about? And it was organized in the school on the occasion. So what was the occasion? Why the drive was carried on. Then the date. Who was the chief guest? In case you don't want to write any chief guest for tree plantation drive, again, it's your choice. So since it is a tree plantation drive, so chief guest जो है वो एक conservationist था, a legendary conservationist. He was invited as the chief guest. So he inaugurated the plantation drive by planting a sapling. So this is logical sequence. So here you cannot write the chief guest that we have done in the counseling session, Dr. Dilip Sadana, so from Global Career. So he cannot be the chief guest at tree plantation drive. So accordingly, you have to write which makes a sense. Then he donated 50 saplings to the school. The principal, teachers, and council members. So who all they participated in that plantation drive? So there was principal, teachers, and council members of the school who enthusiastically participated in the drive and planted saplings in and around the school. So all the saplings, they were not planted inside the school, but around the school also. So the chief guest, while addressing the audience, spoke about the importance of nature conservation and the role of planting more and more trees in controlling global warming. So obviously, जो चीफ गेस्ट है वो थोड़ा सा एड्रेस करेगा, और जब वो एड्रेस करेगा, since it is regarding environment, so he'll talk about that only. So he presented all the council members with a green brigade badge. So chief guest जो है उन्होंने council members जो है जो वहां पे participate कर रहे थे उनको green brigade badge जो है वो दिया, to show that yes, now these children, they are responsible to take care of the environment. So एक green brigade जो है वो बनाई. So and ask them to pledge to protect the environment and make more and more people aware about it. So जो वो children हैं उनको एक responsibility दी कि अब उन्होंने आगे जो है अपने क्लासमेट्स को, अपने स्कूल में और बच्चों को, एंड देन एट होम in the neighborhood also they have to make people aware. So the principal of the school thanked Mr. Chauhan for encouraging the for encouraging the students. She added that we must preserve this planet for our children and leave a green and clean earth for them. So in her message, principal said these lines. The students, they felt motivated and they took pledge to be the caretakers of Mother Nature. So this is how the students, they received it. Let me just change it. Yes, here the last line again. So the students, they felt motivated. This is how the students, they received the whole program. So what they gathered and what they felt, and then because of all that, they felt motivated and they took a pledge to become the caretakers of Mother Nature. So this is the second example. I hope things are clear here. Now I move on to the third example. So third example, it is a newspaper report. So you can get reports like this also. So you are Sahil Trivedi, a special correspondent of The Hindu. You happened to witness a bomb blast near your area. So write a detailed report for your newspaper taking account of the damage caused to people and property, and help rendered by voluntary organizations in and around the area and other relevant information. So the word limit is again 120 to 150 words. So here, how you have to write for a newspaper. So first, the heading. So news headings, as you must have seen in the newspapers, how it's given. So since it's a bomb blast, so 10 killed, 25 injured in South Delhi blast. So this is how newspaper headings they are given. Sahil Trivedi, the name of the correspondent is given, and here it's little different from other reports that you write for the school magazine. Here you have to give the place and date in the beginning. So remember this, in case it's a newspaper report, you have to write like this. You will be writing in the byline the name of the correspondent, and then below it the place and the date. The place means from where that reporter is reporting. So New Delhi, September 1. 10 people, including 4 children, died and 24 people were injured in a bomb blast in one of the posh areas of South Delhi yesterday evening. So first line, how many questions the first line is answering? So what happened? 10 people, including 4 children, they died, and 24 people, they were injured. What had happened? A bomb blast. Where? Posh areas of South Delhi. When? Yesterday evening. So again, these questions, they are answered in the first line also. So what has happened? So 10 people, including 4 children, died and 24 people, they were injured in a bomb blast. So where it happened? So posh areas of South Delhi. When it happened? Yesterday evening. So after that now, police said the blast occurred around 5:45 p.m. in the busy market area. Now the details of the news. The bomb was placed in a scooter in the parking of the temple. The bomb was so powerful that its splinters inflicted damage to other vehicles and windows of the shops, even at a distance of 1 kilometer. So now you are telling the gravity of the situation. So bomb, it was placed in a scooter in the parking of temple. The bomb was so powerful that the splinters, they inflicted damage to other vehicles and windows of the shops, even at a distance of 1 kilometer. So due to the explosion, one of the nearby under construction building was completely destroyed. The owner of the building, Mr. Makija, demanded compensation from the administration. So here now you are writing about the gravity of the situation, that what had happened, how many things they were damaged, and what was the effect of that damage on people. So the owner of that building, so he was demanding compensation from the administration. Then after that, you will write down about the rescue and the help that the people around they provided. So members of the Jagat Jyoti NGO, they were the first ones to reach there and provide relief to the injured. The critically injured people, they've been shifted to AIMS, and those with minor injuries have been taken to civil hospitals, said the SHO of the area. So these are the statements given by the police. So you have to add these in your newspaper report. So critically injured people, they have been shifted to AIMS, and those with minor injuries, they have been taken to the civil hospital, said the SHO of the area. No one has yet taken the responsibility of the blast, he added. The police have already started investigating the matter. So investigation, it is already started. Within seconds of the blast, the whole area presented a gruesome scene. So since you were present there, so now you are writing what you saw. So within seconds of the blast, the whole area presented a gruesome scene, and taking note of the situation, the government has announced 1 lakh rupees each for the families who have lost their loved ones and 50,000 rupees each for the injured. So the announcement of the compensation, it has been made, so it will be there in the news. And what are the after effects of this news? The security, it has been increased in all areas of Delhi after the incident, mainly near the temples, the parks, and other crowded places. So this will be your whole news. This is how you will be writing a news report in case you are asked to write about an accident or some other thing. So 3 different examples I've given you, and based on these examples, now you will be able to write any kind of report. So what you have to do, you just have to answer those important questions right in the beginning, and then after that you have to write in a logical sequence that what other things they happen if it is a function, like if this was a newspaper report. So you have to imagine कि क्या हुआ होगा, so क्या scene होगा, and like that you have to write your report. So I hope it's going to be helpful for you. So bye for now. I'll be coming up with other examples from the writing section. So till then, bye and happy preparation.